I've got to talk about Ramsey Lewis. Ramsey Lewis passed away Monday. He was 87. And what an icon. What a legend. 60 years in the music business. Somewhat of a crossover artist. He took jazz, turned it on its head. Worked in R&B, gospel. And I remember growing up as a kid, spending all this time at my grandma's because my parents divorced a few years earlier. So I was a latchkey kid. But she had this room upstairs, and this is funny. It still had the pink shack carpeting, which she never got replaced. But she had all these old albums, classical, jazz. She told me one time her favorite piece of classical music was the Franck Symphony in D minor. Loved the second movement from the Franck Symphony in D minor. But she loved music by Ramsey Lewis and Cal Tjader, Bob James. She was listening to David Sanborn's Port of Call and Steely Dan. Donald Fagen's The Night Fly. But I remember listening to The In Crowd, Wade in the Water, Hang On Sloopy, To Kill a Mockingbird, Going Latin. And that music hasn't left me. And there's not a day that goes by, or at least every other day, that I've got a song by Ramsey Lewis. It's just like Cal Tjader. There's always got to be a song by Ramsey Lewis, Ray Bryant, Cal Tjader. It's got to be in my rotation. So thank you, Ramsey, for giving us all this great music, for sharing your love of music with other people. And he was the epitome. Ramsey Lewis was the epitome of what great art and great music can be. I believe he was classically trained. I think one of his first albums or early albums was called Bach on Swing or something like that, or Bach Swings. Someone can let me know in the comment section below. But he will be sorely missed. And I write music in my spare time, so he's definitely an inspiration. You can find inspiration from anywhere. But I thought I'd just come here and talk about the passing of Ramsey Lewis because he was an American icon who loved music, had his doctorate in music, taught music, and just loved life. And you could hear it in the music. And the unique thing about Ramsey Lewis is if you put on The In Crowd or Wade in the Water, that music sounds as fresh and as alive as when it was recorded in the studio. Almost sounds like it was recorded in the studio yesterday. And those recordings are great recordings, great sound. So whoever the engineers were during those recording sessions did an awesome job. That was back in the days when he was on Cadet. I think he released some albums with Columbia. I think To Kill a Mockingbird was on Columbia, if I'm not mistaken. But go check these albums out. I mean, this guy knew how to swing it. He just did. So tell me in the comment section below, what's your favorite Ramsey Lewis album? What was the first Ramsey Lewis album you heard? What's your favorite Ramsey Lewis song? Now everybody knows the Tennessee Waltz. But you've never heard it done the way that the Ramsey Lewis trio does it on The In Crowd. You gotta hear this. Starts out with the bass player kind of jiving. He's just talking, and he's moving up and down the bass. I mean, he's going at it. And all of a sudden the thing starts picking up tempo, and it's the coolest version of Tennessee Waltz you've ever heard. So go check out these albums. Listen to the music of Ramsey Lewis. If you've never listened to Ramsey Lewis, you're not going to regret it. Great artist, and definitely an inspiration to those of us who write music in our spare time, who love music, who, as I say on the channel all the time, want to preserve great art, great music, culture, history. Ramsey Lewis is an example of what we should all aspire to be. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. You can also follow me at Instagram, hashtag Jason Composes, or find me at Twitter, Culture Confederacy at Twitter. This is the Culture Confederacy saying peace out, stay safe, everybody. God bless this great country, and I'll catch you next time.